Hello, everyone. Welcome to this new live session, the first live session of 2025. This is a great moment for all of us at the team. We are very excited to get started with this season of live sessions. But before we get started, it's very early and just in time, so let's wait for a few minutes so others can join. And in the meantime, let's play some music.
Step into the future, get ready to ignite. Customly's the engine, taking you to new heights. Personalization power, the best you've ever seen. We're rocking the e-commerce scene, living the dream. No limits, no borders, creativity unleashed. From names to crosswords, your products find their niche. Customily's the best, we're leading the race. No app can match us, we're setting the pace. Features so many, we're ahead of the game. With support that's legendary, remember the name. Need live previews, we've got your back. Dynamic designs, there's nothing we lack. From tees to mugs, from frames to tees, Customily's the partner your store really needs. Innovation's our motto, your growth is our goal. With tools so advanced, we're in total control. Customily's the best, we're leading the race. No app can match us, we're setting the pace. Features so many, we're ahead of the game. With support that's legendary, remember the name. So if you're chasing sales and aiming for the sky, join the Customily family, it's time to amplify. We'll take you higher, set your brand apart. With endless options, we're the e-commerce heart. Customily's the best, we're leading the race. No app can match us, we're setting the pace. Features so many, we're ahead of the game. With support that's legendary, remember the name. Customily, the top of the charts. Transforming every product, winning customers' hearts. With rock vibes and passion, we'll always be true. Customily's the app made just for you.
I was still listening to the music. Amazing. That's our brand new song for this year. And well, it's pretty catchy actually, right? So let's get started with this new live session. Welcome all just joining in. We are going to get started with a very amazing, very interesting first of two parts or first of two dates, because we are going to be doing Valentine Day special. And with me, we have our 2025 team. We have Joffrey as the co-host. We are going to be welcoming Toti or Josefina to the team. She's going to be giving you all the tips. So she's going to be our tip master. And as always, Cecilia is our finger fast, chat fast wizard. Is going to be answering all the questions on the chat. So with that said, let me tell you about today's agenda. We're going to be covering all about Valentine's Day. We're going to be talking about, well, why is it such a key date, actually? And, well, the basic tips for your store as to approaching this particular date and the days around that particular 14th of February. Also, we're going to do some insights on Valentine's niches, best-selling products for Valentine's. We're going to be talking about some particular personalized design ideas, and we are actually going to do a tutorial on how to create a custom product with a custom design. Right, so we're going to see a lot of options, but we tried to pick something very unique, very Valentine related product. We're going to talk about that later today. And of course, there's always time for Q&A. So to get started, let's welcome Geoffrey to the stage to talk about why is it such an important date, Valentine's Day.
Hello, everyone. Uh,
Hello,
Hi,
Geoffrey.
Jose. Thank you, everyone. Hi, Jose. Thank you for hosting, and thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Happy almost Valentine's. Uh, we're getting
Almost
ready for that, and and as due,
1 month away.
yes, we have as due. We have to get our year started and the engines running for perhaps one of the biggest selling seasons of the year, right? So let's dive into why Valentine's Day is a key, shall we, Jose?
Yeah, sure. Let's get started.
Right. So Valentine's Day is the first high selling date of the year. So you might as well start your selling season and your uh, moments uh, already by getting ready beforehand. Don't wait until February arrives. Don't wait until Valentine's Day comes over. You have to be getting ready. Some merchants have been getting ready since Christmas already for Valentine's. So start your 2025 with a bang, with big numbers, and you might get the year started with the right foot. All right. So in 2024, Valentine sales reached a record of $14.2 billion in the US alone. So you might as well get your engine started so you raise that number and be part of that revenue and those sales. This is one of the most requested dates for customized presents, and we'll see that later on. We'll talk about that down the road.
Just by getting to the point 3 billion will be enough, right? It's a lot of
Yes,
revenue, definitely.
absolutely. And on that note, on average, consumers spent in 2024 $185 each person on celebrations for Valentine's last year. So if you get your engines and your creativity running and prepared already, you might as well reach and surpass that number with all of your clients, because it's just a matter of looking at what has been trending, what was sold, and what were the best sellers last year, and make it happen, replicate, and take it to the next level for 2025.
Yeah, definitely. And not only it's just about the average amount spent on gifting, but also key niches and key demographics is very important, right, Geoffrey? Well, going
Sorry,
back to the question, all
sorry,
right.
I accidentally closed the microphone and the camera. And yes, demographics are perhaps, well, not perhaps, demographics are key when it comes to development of when running SEO, when targeting niches. And on that note, the average spend in 2024 was 137 in consumers between 35 to 44 years old. Those are the ones who spend the most on these dates, and you have to make we recommend that you make good use of this information to create products that are customizable and that target those niches. And you can use your SEO in your pages, in your advertisements, in your marketing campaigns to target those niches and promote the right products that you create that can be customized.
That age range is basically millennials. It's just very important to know that.
Mhm.
Uh, Thinking about the kind of language and the kind of messages that your customizations will have.
Yes, and not only, I mean, the millennials and this type of customers and consumers not only purchase for their significant other, and we'll talk about that down the road. This is a great season for selling because sales and offers come up, and people purchase things for themselves and for other members of the family. We'll talk about that later on. Shopping online is the most popular way to buy Valentine gifts, and it represents 40% of the consuming of the season. So take advantage of this and make good use of all of these demographics, all of these numbers, and start promoting and getting your gears ready for that part.
Mhm.
All right.
Definitely.
Thank you. All right, Jose. Why don't you also over in this part? Tell me.
Well, we did pick some data just to show you graphically what we have been talking about and what Shafri mentioned about the numbers, so it's such that you can see um, how the evolution of sales in personalized products has been coming along since 2014, so the last 10 years for Valentine's Day. We can see that it has been growing, then it has been somehow fluctuating, but we reached a very interesting peak on 2020, correct? Sorry, how very
Yes.
small
Yes, that is
graphic
correct.
there. Yeah, but oh, here's the zoom. That's perfect. Um, and I think, I don't know what you think, Joffrey. I think in 2020, a very particular year, there was a lot of online purchasing for the significant other for Valentine's Day, and I think it has a lot to do with the pandemic because distance was a great deal, and yet people wanted to be close. So purchasing and actually getting shipped to your significant other address in case you're not living together was actually interesting. Very interesting scenario, and I think
Yeah.
can explain that amazing peak that actually has been the top so far in the last 4 years. Of course, the next year of the peak of the pandemic, when the pandemic was established, there was of course a very big loss, and then Valentine's Day keeps being a very interesting and very important day because it also peaks again and starts growing for this year.
Absolutely. And you're mentioning something very important that we're going to talk about in a couple minutes, and it's the shipping. The shipping is also a key piece of the puzzle when it comes to building your marketing strategy and your product promotion. That was very important while on the pandemics because you people didn't get the chance to visit one another. So sending your significant other, and as you left, and as we left the pandemics, what an unfortunate season it was. Um, Sending someone a present to show that you care represented a good strategy to promote your products. So shipping is key also when developing your marketing and promotion strategy.
Yes, definitely.
All right. So there are there are multiple categories when it comes to promoting Valentine's Day gifts. Flowers are a classic. Of course, they will always stay there. But what is very important, relevant here, to highlight on this note, is that jewelry remains above everything. Customized jewelry is a key, and that is what where Customly and you jump into the game. You can make good use of jewelry and Customly's personalization tools and features to develop your products, to promote your products, and gain more engagement and traction into your store and into your page to raise and increase your product selling. An evening
Yes.
out represents also something very important, but this always come accompanied with a gift most of the time. Jose, you were going to say something.
Well, no, I mean the second most value gift is actually a night out or an evening out, um, which it actually makes sense in here because along that social getting that evening out comes a present, right? So
Yeah,
in the end, you can even connect both the jewelry and the going out to be pretty much the same. So I'm pretty sure I can say that in that second graphic that implies an evening out, there's also a personalized gift involved.
absolutely. And if you explore your imagination as merchants, An evening out can come with a personalized invitation card. You can make a card for invitation that is customizable and promoted in your store. That is something you can sell. Actually, if you are presenting a personalizable or personalized product, you can use customized cards as an upsell or cross sell strategy. So exploit your imagination. Make sure that you take a look at all of the options that are available, because customized gifts, customized and personalized presents are key at this date. Because what is better to give your significant other something that other than something that you really thought about. So the customization can jump in at any of the levels with flowers, with an evening out invitation, an actual jewelry or present. There are endless possibilities.
Yes, in fact, I think that what you're saying is very important because of the card itself, right? I mean, like you said, it comes along on every product, on every event or date out.
Mhm.
And now that we have the customity tools that you have been watching and learning throughout our previous seasons, creating a customized card is not just the one that comes on the box of the jewelry. It can be just a folded card, and not only can you as a merchant provide a lot of designs if that's your area, so customers can actually buy the card or add the card to whatever product you're actually buying. So that actually is an upsell. But now with our DALI integrations, we can actually have you as a customer input the prompt to create your own cover for the greeting card. So imagine that potential that you no longer need to browse through the cards anymore or the designs. You can actually create your own unique AI image creation for your greeting card.
Absolutely. And following that rampant topic that we're talking about, we're gonna talk about we're gonna bring the juice for everyone to start the 2025 on the right foot. Let's talk about tips for your store. Okay, particularly for Valentine's Day, most people look for customized presents for your significant other. And when you look into categories, it's easy to find inspiration. And clients tend to look for inspiration at this season. So make it easy for them to track options. Make it easy for your clients to look for alternatives for giving presents out, and you can offer special product categories for her, for him, and create those special collections in your store so your customers can find the gifts fast, easily, and it's encouraging for them to buy. This is a very kind of pressuring season for clients because you get tons of promotions, offers, information. You get the pressure that the person is expecting perhaps a present. So if you make the purchase and searching process easy for them, you are already halfway through and ahead of the curve. So it's very important that you take a look at create a customizable experience for your clients as well.
And of course, well, as days go by, creating that sense of urgency that you really need to get started on looking up for those gifts. Well, it helps if you put together special offers, code with a limited time, special deals, things that will, or well, the countdowns. So basically, as you approach the date, the discounts get reduced, for example, those kind of things. So actually, it's just to get people to get moving fast, because I think, and it's on the next slide, a very important thing that we need to keep an eye on is shipping.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I jumped
Um,
one, but shipping is definitely important.
yes. Yeah. Sorry. I think I'm yes. Okay. Moving on to the next slide. There are other additional tips, and so I believe someone was asking about that in the chat. Can you guys? Can you hear me, Jose?
Yeah, I can hear you, definitely.
Hey, perfect. No, I because I
Yeah.
saw my image freezing a little.
That's
But
okay.
anyways,
But in
I
any case, we find a question that it may be around these topics before we get into the customization and the designs part. We may answer that. So, but trying to wrap around what I was saying, and I think we can connect with one of the questions I saw in the chat. Shipping is important. It's very important because definitely you want to get those gifts on time by the 14th. And not only that, you may want to or either charge extra for the shipping or actually give it for free, depending on what you're doing. Or maybe shipping is for free now because basically you want to start selling as soon as possible and you don't want people to crowd your system very close to the date because you won't be able to maybe you won't be able to manage all those orders and ship them on time for the 14th. So maybe you start with a free shipping if you start ordering from now, like a month before, 15 days to go. You may have a particular shipping and so far, but the idea is to make sure that you can cover the delivery times before or up until the 14th. Still, we're going to see next that is not the end of the world. There's a lot of movement out after Valentine's Day, but in any case, keeping an eye on shipping and using also that as an attractive an attractor to getting people to purchase on time is very important. And well, Shofri, now I think we can hear you now correctly. So you can comment something on offering additional products.
Yes, thank you very much. So yes, somebody was asking on the chat how you can work on selling, upselling, cross-selling strategies, etc. That is something that you develop in your e-commerce, but Customily could play a part in it. Customily can play a part in the way you build your products that are going to be customized. And we can maybe throw in some tips here and there when we are in the Q&A. But that is something definitely that you can do. So take advantage of the personalizable features that Customly can offer, and you can play along with perhaps wrapping paper, cute personalized cards, additional, for example, pendants for when you're selling jewelry, etc. So make sure you make good use of all of your imagination and try to think of a bulk product that you can build and give your clients the full personalizable experience for when they are preparing these gifts.
Hmm. And well, remember that, for example, in Customia, there are tools for you to add products to the cart along the
Mhm.
way you're customizing something. So when
Mhm.
you want to, let's say, you're buying a necklace and you want to customize that also with a bracelet or with another card or with extra products, whatever you select to add can change your preview to show that product, can also switch your template to show the product plus the customization. Those kind of upsells within the original product is something we can definitely do. And basically what we do is add that to the cart. And of course, there's a structure on the technical part. And in case you actually want to suggest other products, there are systems and apps within uh, different e-commerce that will allow you to advertise their products. And after you're finished adding to cart, for example, what you're doing, you can jump directly, or you can get a pop-up to add something else to this order, and you can jump to another listing, for example, and that other listing can also have Customily running. So you can keep jumping from listing to listing, or to keep adding stuff as upsells, or keep stuff around in the same product also. So there are lots of ways of doing upsells. Customily has some ways, and there are other apps that can do also other systems, depending on the way you have your store and the way you want the customer experience to feel. But it's definitely something possible and very important to develop in this, or to have the first moves and first attempts to create these upsells here in Valentine's Day.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Jose, on that. And because we know that you guys invest a lot of time in creating these products, you invest a lot of time in thinking, creating a process for this season, don't refrain from using post deadline sales. Even though Valentine's Day is over, you can still do some extra offers the following days of the season for those lazy ones who didn't get one on time, or for those clumsy ones. I would be that one that forgot to buy a gift. Don't miss out on that. Don't miss out on selling those personalized products. Okay. You can also throw in some extra offers, last minute deal, fast shipping. So make good use of all of these tips to create that sense of urgency and need in those post deadline dates. So you can also throw in a last booster in your settings.
Yeah, or like a fire sale after, like everything Valentine's must go, and well, so on the 15th, whatever, someone was just a bit delayed on that, or actually they were waiting for the
Mhm.
sales and the fire sale, but at least you can still make a lot of sales by dropping prices, for example, or extending some promotions like Shoffrey said.
Okay,
And
exactly.
yeah, and definitely nothing to do with the exact date 14, but before and after. You can still do some gifting for yourself and be your own Valentine, right?
Absolutely. It's not all about love, as Jose was saying. So, and we were mentioning earlier today. People take advantage of this season, these offers, and person and like custom designs this season to get things for their own, for themselves. So don't refrain from creating products that can be versatile in your clientele. And on that note, we're gonna deep into the Valentine's Day niche. Okay. Everyone is in a couple. Not everyone is ready to give something out there. So, of course, couples is the main star of the season. Products that can be given to a significant other. But in some countries, people give presents to their friends as well. Some countries celebrate not only Valentine's Day, but Valentine's and Friendship Days. So take advantage of this and try to promote products, or you can take advantage of that to promote products that can be used for friends, for people that are just dating, couples, or people that are just flirting out there. So without so much of a significance of a relationship, you can create products that can be versatile depending on the situation. And on
Yeah,
that
and
same note,
also,
you
yeah,
go.
and also think about couples that
Mhm.
are, well, just getting together, celebrating their first Valentine's Day, and also we have couples of 20 years of marriage.
Yeah,
So Valentine's Day can actually go throughout all ages, or all dateable ages, right? And you don't have to wait until your anniversary to gift away, for example.
absolutely.
Mm.
Absolutely. So you better think about the demographics that we gave out, demographics of your site, the traffic that you get in your marketing strategies, and create products that can target those niches, but don't refrain from experiencing in other fields. And that's why we throw in these niches and these tips that can be useful. For example, for giving out something to a family member, not only your spouse, it can be a friend, a very close friend or sibling. As I was mentioning, some countries will celebrate not only Valentine's but also Friendship Day.
I didn't know that, to be honest.
Yes, they do.
That's
Uh, for example, if I'm not wrong, I think in Colombia, Venezuela, some countries of the Caribbean, they celebrate Valentine's and Friendship Day.
Okay, that's very interesting to know, and also very to take note when putting together designs. And well, Valentine's is all about love and about caring, so we never forget about pets. Pets
Mhm.
can also be, in fact, we the reason we wanted to include this niche is because we found a lot of designs and a lot of creative products that involve Valentines and pets. For example, like my dog is my Valentine, and so and similar. I mean, it can be pet lovers can have their own Valentines, of course. And talking about gifting for ourselves and for yourself without having to give away to someone else, self-care niche is very important. In fact, candles and well, beauty coupons, all those things, those cards that we mentioned that can actually include a day spa or beauty care promo. Those things definitely can be personalized, can be gifted away, can be gifted to yourself. Very nice custom made and homemade soaps, for example, is a very common. They come in a nice wooden box with a very special wrapping. So there's a lot of self-caring products and beautiful presentations involved in this particular niche. And of course, we go the other way around, and whoever may not be into this love feeling around in the air can still have their and manifest themselves. So don't forget about that niche. That niche can actually be very, very interesting and very lucrative if we put together some interesting designs.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And we also see, I was mentioning on the chat that we see the Taylor Swift version reference in the last product. It's always present, isn't it?
Oh, I didn't see that part, but I'm going to check it out.
All right. So, guys, don't refrain from exploring all of the options that are out there. Use inspiration from the Customily demo store. Use inspiration from the internet and merge them with products that you can diversify for different niches, as we mentioned here, and make good use of the tips that we have thrown here. We also threw out there some tips for the 2025 in the last live session of the year, so you can
Yeah.
take a look at that on your YouTube channel and start building and improving your stores.
Yeah, sure. Definitely go back to our last live session of 2024 because putting together that information and this information will definitely get you on the go for this first big selling date of the year. And to give you even more inspiration, we're going to present our newest team member, Toti or Josefina, whatever she wants to be introduced of. We call her anyways, but she's going to tell you about the best-selling products and designs, and we're going to welcome her on stage.
Hi,
Hello.
everyone. How are you? Nice to meet you, everyone. And I'm really happy to be joining the team for this new season for the live session. So, right now, I'm going to talk to you about some of the best personalized products that you can sell for Valentine's Day, together with some of the designs that it would make these products even more unique. For the first one we have is jewelry. This is always the top choice for Valentine's Day. This type of products can be customized with names, initials, special dates, maybe some symbols that are significant for the receptions of the loved ones. This allows the customers to create some types of one-of-a-kind piece to symbolize their relationships. For the second one, we have the acrylics. The acrylic plates here are such a modern and stylish gift. This can be engraved with some clip arts or pictures for the couples, also some meaningful dates or some romantic quotes.
Yeah, in fact, last year we had a lot of acrylics made for the media player. And the media player is actually that on Valentine's will kick again. Probably next month we're going to be giving you some top customity designs of January, and the media player for the couples will be top pretty much there because acrylics and media players really go very well.
Yeah, for sure. There are a lot of couples that are music lovers too. So it's a perfect design for sure. Also, we have the products that are journals. These personalized journals are both some practical and thoughtful gifts because with these gifts, the person who receives it can write meaningful thoughts, maybe reflect about life, keeping record of some special moments, and you can make it even more special if you put it like with some clip arts also, or maybe pictures and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Later we have the
Yeah. And,
ones.
I wanted to mention something about journals. That's actually it happened to me. Could be a very interesting experience on Valentine's while expecting family, expecting a baby, getting a personalized journal in which you're going to keep track of the last pregnancy month plus the first month of your baby could be a really cool gift. And in fact, well, we have seen a lot of journals customizations with the ecography picture or the baby names or even the kawaii style people now with the small baby included. So journals with a particular a particular destination could be very thoughtful, like to announce an upcoming trip, right? For example, we have the map cover, and that could say, okay, so Happy Valentine's Day. This is a journal. And what about that map? That map is our next trip, for example.
Yeah, no doubts. The one with the baby, it's really cute one right now. It's really on the trending part of some of the designs. For example, one of my best friend is pregnant, and we're planning to give one for them too. I totally agree. Then we have also the canvas, the one and only frame canvas. This type of presents, whether it's a couple photo or maybe something with a favorite quote of the couple or the custom designs, can make a really sentimental gift and a really beautiful one, because it could be displayed on their homes or maybe their office to show proudly they love. Um,
Yeah,
later,
and Josefina picked that particular heart design because actually it was one of the breaking points last year when we incorporated masks to the maps.
yeah,
So we have covered this kind of design with a heart shape, but now on on Valentine's definitely is going to show up again.
for sure, for sure. Later, there are also T-shirts. With this one, it's more like, maybe we can call it like casual and comfortable way to give a gift, because these are maybe like a little more fun and quirky, trendy gift right now. This can be personalized with some matching couple design, maybe, or something fun, and like an inside joke for the couple.
The
That
ones
it,
that have like an arrow pointing on each side, those kind of things.
maybe this
I
is
don't
my
want to say the content, so I'm not
husband.
going to say any content, but there's an arrow pointing.
Yeah, for sure. And for the last one, that it's also maybe a more casual and comfortable, it's Max. This is what because this is a gift that the person who receives it can use it every day. You can accomplish this one maybe too with some uh, media song player that it's important for the couple, or some inside joke that it can say, I don't know, don't talk to me before I get my coffee, or something like that. And this is a perfect gift because of what I said earlier. It's from, it can make the person to use them daily and remember some cute things about their life or
Yeah,
later.
Max is like an infinite universe um, in content. I mean, we have seen some stuff that are cannot be presented, to be honest, in a live session. But yeah, but it's a private collection we have in which we have like a podium of weird stuff, and but you know what we're talking about. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
They spring out in Valentine's.
For sure, no doubt. So after seeing this, now we can talk about some of creative and most popular designs that we will work really well with this type of products. For the first one, we have our classic personalized text. This is simple, but it's really profound, because you can do it with a classic romantic text that it would never go out of style, to be honest. This is perfect for like jewelry or some journals. Um, you can add some letters that you can write a letter, sorry, that it's important for your loved ones, Monograms also are another option for this type of designs that will look really great, especially, for example, on like the journals that we talk about. Then there is the one that are illustrations and text. You can combine these two because adding an illustration to a text makes the design even more engaging. For example, like the picture that we have on the presentations are illustrations of two hands interlude that you can accomplish them with the name of the couple or some romantic quotes, special dates, something that is really meaningful to them.
Yeah, and in the same style and aesthetics, remember we have our pencil style filter, so it could also be a couple's photo or a significant other photo, turning into a line art with our filter that will have the same effect as the hands, for example, but it could be more personalized.
Yeah, for sure. Later, there also something that is really personalized is the photo and text. Here you can let your customers add personal photos with the text that it makes a really unique gift for their loved ones. A canvas with like this type of pictures, with a personalized message, a letter, or maybe this can also be used on some of the acrylic plaques that we talk, with the favorite pictures of the couples. It's a great way to capture a memory in something that you can see every day displayed in your home, maybe, for example.
Yeah, it's an
Then,
eye catcher for guests, definitely.
yeah, sure.
Mm.
Then, like Jose told about, there is the media player plaques. This type of designs, it's like the top choice here in Valentine's because like we said, music is often part of some love stories. Music it's everywhere. That's why these plaques can you can accomplish with the favorite song of the couple, or even if you're married, the song of your wedding, and it creates like a perfect music loving couples, or maybe for friendships, who knows. Then there is the customizable maps with text. Maps are really unique way to represent like a special place, whether it's the first date where the couples meet, or the place where your wedding was. You can use the street maps, or you can also pick the one that is a star map that will reflect the stars of the night of the place you choose, place and date you choose. And this is either option that you choose will go great for the customers, will love it, because there is nothing even more special than a special date and place that you will remember, that the couple will remember forever, right?
Yeah, I noticed that a year ago, maybe, the most popular canvas was the star map in three different star maps. One with the met at certain date, engaged at certain date, get married at certain date, and that canvas with all the free star maps. I mean, still is still there, but we actually have seen that less, and we have seen a lot of the big star map or the acrylic star map. So designs come and go. Designs can later be revamped and who knows? I mean, fashions and trendings come and go. So whatever we have seen before definitely will come back at some time, because I was now remembering that the free star maps was very classic a year ago, maybe.
Yeah, sure. And for the last one that we have is the clipboards plus text. This is more maybe for a more like fun and whimsical design. You can combine the clipboard with the text. That will be an excellent choice for like any type of product, to be honest. If you like to use it on mugs or the acrylic plaques or a canvas or a t-shirt. This is maybe a gift that it will be more fun to personalize, because like the example that we have, a couple from the back, like that you can recognize them.
Yeah,
And
but actually, designs without the faces turned out to be more popular because
yeah,
just getting the colors and the hairstyles will be enough to identify someone without the need to get into the face part, which may not be that you may not feel that identified. We have covered this before. back side or back view, these clip arts are more popular in the end because they're easier to customize.
Yeah, for sure. And if any one of you guys want to read more about this special day that is Valentine's, we have several blogs available, each focusing on different aspects for Valentine's Day, like some marketing and sales tips, gift ideas, different types of personalizations, like the guys were talking about for gifts for loved ones or for friendships. You can find all the links for the blogs in our chat. So now we can move for the live tutorial with
Yeah,
Gabby.
sure, sure. I was just mm, reading along what's on the blog, and well, keep an eye on there because the marketing team works a lot on doing the search for you. And remember that we not only do the search, but we also put our heads on to see, okay, is this customity material, right? So whatever we present to you can definitely be done with customity. Okay, well, thank you, Josefina. I'm going to jump on the tutorial with the small time we have left so we can do some Q&A and show you some ideas we have for Valentine's. And let me see here. So for the tutorial, we won't go very deep into the use of Customily, as you have plenty of tutorials and live sessions to cover that. We're going to be talking like we know what we are dealing here, but just to do something that is pretty versatile for a product in particular and a design in particular. So we're going to create a custom product and our own personalized design. And this is a candle. Basically, we're going to be customizing the candle container label. Okay, that's the message that that's going to be included in the product. And we thought about this gift because it's not the usual POD product. Why it's not we have seen before, canvas, acrylics, t-shirts and mugs. This is something that you can actually just perform the printing, and if you have the product, that's amazing, and you can get the product, that's also amazing. And if you are going to be fulfilling outside of the usual POD partners we have, there's still a really quick way of doing this in Customily. So nothing stops you from creating your own product bases and creating your designs and combining them any way you want with Customily. We're going to be covering PODs and complex designs on our next Valentine's Day special. But today I wanted to show you that regardless of the product you want to market, if you have the right information, you can put it together in Customily. So I'm going to quickly, let me see if I can share my screen quickly because I show myself very big. Okay. So we created for today a couple of products. This is the scented candle container, and we can personalize the label. Right? You see, the product is something we have. Let's say we can get the image, and we also put together the mockup and whatever other information that's going to look nice. One thing we wanted to create was free designs. In this case, we can create more, or we can just stay with one, depending on your niche, depending on your target audience. You may want to have a particular message or many messages, because the essential part is the candle container label itself. In this case, we have design number 3 is basically a topic related or a product related message. In this case, it's "May the flame of our love never die," and you can type the name, well, and then you can pick the font and the color. Remember, you can craft all that in Customily. We also have another design that is more brighter, which is the well, this is also a product related message. Remember, the creativity about what you're transmitting is all. So this text smells like our first Valentine's Day could be very interesting to this is a very specific niche. This is like first timers, but also at the bottom you have the names that you can customize. And I went to design number 1, and I did something a bit extra, which in this case, we just had a very simple background, and we had a fixed message that we can actually switch fonts. Yeah, and put a message. The message can be, well, which may the flame of, and you can jump lines because we have a gift text area. May the flame of our love never die. And we say, and there you go, right? So enter, and we can change the font the same way we change the top. So that is always a possibility. But these are very simple designs, but they are extremely effective. And thinking about the product can also be the specific message, right? So in this case, we may have now design number 2, design number 3 may be very specific for the candle, but we also created another product which is called Will You Be My Valentine? This one has actually a interactive to say that whenever you give that, you're going to check that. And it's very simple design. We're just going to add this one, this name, and then after you print and you gift it, you're going to ask your significant other to check whatever choice they want. But this design actually can go on a candle container label, or it can go on a t-shirt, it can go on a canvas, or whatever you can think of. So designs that can extend beyond the product are really useful in Customily, and design and products that can contain multiple designs is also very productive in Customily. So here I'm going to show you, first of all, let me show you what you will have available in our share folder in when the YouTube video is published. We have for you the Photoshop candle product information. So basically you can get the image of the product, you can get the mask. The mask, as you can see, has transparency. You can have the 4 designs here with the empty spaces where the names are going to be. And after this, you can play around any way you want. Now, these 4 designs that were given to you with the live session were created in Canva. Just as simple as that. Basically, we created these images. We simulated the text, but later we removed that because it's a custom text. In this case, we didn't keep the text because even if it's a fixed message, you can font. So it's actually a Customily text. In this case, everything is fixed except for the area of the names. Same goes with this design. And the last one is the same. We'll have everything here, and you can add the name. So when there's a Customily element in the design, we leave that space blank. So basically, let's go to Customily and do 2 things. First thing we want to do is we want to scroll down and create a product base, because we want to put together our candle container that is going to allow multiple designs in the future. In fact, I can actually start putting the designs from previous live sessions, like this one, and everything else you can imagine. So there's no limits on that. What do we need from our product provider? We need to know, and when we create our product base, we click here, and it creates a new product base. And we're going to call this, let's call this the live session candle container. Yeah, perfect. And our provider needs to tell us exactly which is the size of the printing file. So, you know, I print labels that are 100 by 100 millimeters or 4 by 4 inches, right? So, so they give you the specifics of the size. I print that. Whatever you want to put in there, that's my label right there. So, okay, I input that information at the beginning of the product base, and that's my print area. So whatever design I pick later will be inside this print area within the 100 by 100 millimeter size, or whatever size we have. We don't have to have a square. We can have a rectangle, landscape, or portrait proportions. Just keep in mind the proportions. Then we need to know from our provider which export format they need. Why? Because Customily can handle multiple formats, from vector files like EPS, DXF, or PDF, and Illustrator, to image files like PNG and JPEG. So picking a image file is going to give you a export resolution choice. You can type whatever you want in here. If you pick a vector file, you will be able to choose between color modes, right? Because you don't lose quality in the resolution. You need to know which color mode you're going to be printing. Once you have those two things set up, the size and the export format, we go next and we put together a nice preview for our customers. For that, we need two things. We need the image of the product, and we click on this button to add the image of the product. In this case, has to be a blank image like this one. Has to be a blank, the product with a blank customization. So basically, this is the print area in the product. So what we do is we grab the print area that we are printing in 100 by 100, and on this preview stage, we can actually resize it and reposition this to fit the preview. We do this because we want our preview to show as real as possible the product. Okay. Now, as you can see, the blue outline, that's the print. So if I select let's say I pick the design that is all black. So basically it's going to print outside that label area. We have that, and it's going to print pretty flat and ugly. So we also offer you the chance to add a mask, which is the second button. The mask is basically the same product image with a small particularity, which is that this center, the part that is printed, is actually transparent. And you can see that in here. This is transparent. You see how it transfers? Why do we have this? Because if we enlarge this and fit to the canvas to be exactly the same as the background, what's going to happen is going to cut out the outline. So whatever bleeds out is not going to be seen. And also, if you, depending on your skills, we have done tutorials on this, on how to create overlays with certain transparency. In this case, our mask has, you see that, it has a, let's see if I can show you like this. You see there's a shadow there. That small shadow is basically what came in the original image, yeah? And I turned that slightly transparent to make it like a realistic effect. So it's an overlay. Let me fit to canvas again and fit to canvas again. It's an overlay that will create that sense of roundness of the product. And the design will be in between those two. So basically, we created a sandwich. Is everything we want customized and design will be in the middle, between the product image at the bottom and the mask on the top. And that's the end of our product. Let's click next. Usually, products have variants. They may have or may not have variants, but in any case, we default the variant to color. You can add more variants whenever we save this. Remember that we are seeing this that I point out in blue, but you get printed the full image. So whatever you see on the preview as part of the product, the mask and the overlay and the shadow and stuff is not printed, right? And we can get two things at the same time: the preview for the customer and the print for you. So let's save this. And by default, we can set the variant to color, let's say color natural. Or because let's say we later have multiple, these scented candles have colors, right? Like red, orange, Valentine's Day colors. So let's go with natural as it is. And if you want, you can add other variants later. Right, so let's go and save the product with the variant as it is. Once this product is saved, we can put any design on this. And let me show you the design I created, right? It's pretty simple. Let me show you both designs so you can see how they were structured. But with the files we're going to share you, it's pretty straightforward. So this one, Will You Be My Valentine, this design, it was crafted basically by keeping the square proportion, right? So every design starts as a big square and you can refit the proportion, but if you keep it a square, that's perfect. I created a dynamic image. Dynamic images are the object that allows us to upload our own assets. So if we have backgrounds, if we have clip arts, we upload them in dynamic images. When we want customers to upload their own files as photo uploads, we use image placeholders. And remember this, these small hints will always tell you what's the object about. When the object says shopper's photo here, and you get a button here that says try with an image. Try means you upload, you present that, you see how it works, and then it disappears because it's just for testing. It will be always empty, waiting for a customer to upload their own pictures. Now, on the other hand, when you have a dynamic image, you upload your own images and they stick. They are fixed there. So I click on upload image, or I have a library full of assets, and I pick my Valentine's design, and there you go. Basically, I just fit to be as big as this, fit to be the canvas, and this is my dynamic image. Then all I had to do was create a text element. I went ahead and tried out, for example, I always try with very long names. So I will read Charlotte, for example, that's a long name, or Samantha. Those will be long names. And then I decided to pick some fonts. We're going to share the fonts with you also. Key Aloha, we have Ink-Free, we have Nikon, some fonts we have here for testing purposes. There are 6 fonts that you can switch off. Whenever you start adding fonts, the system will detect and create the options automatically. So in the end, when you go to the front end, you have this choice automatically. Okay, so this is basically what I crafted. I crafted my product base, my design, which has a background, which is an image I uploaded, and the custom name with 6 fonts. Then what do I do when I have the design and the product? I go to the Start section, and I have 3 choices here. And in this case, I'm going to create a new listing. I could actually just pick a listing I have on my store and just connect things together so we can merge the design and the product and create a new template. But at the moment, I think I don't have any products that are not connected. So let's create something new. Let's publish a new product. And whenever you publish a new product in your store, you can always use our partners, that's for sure. But if you're working with outside partners and you have all the information we just talked about, the size, the export format, and the mockups with as many image edition as you can put together, that will create a very amazing product base. And it's the same system, because with your product base that we click there to create, and this is my collection. Let me go for the live session candle here, candle container. You pick this, and whatever variants you selected will be available, right? And the print areas you establish, you can have multiple print areas if you have front, back, side, etc. And you can put the design in here. Those familiar with the app will see that we have some UX enhancements. So that's first timers will see that this is pretty straightforward. Let me just, I just froze, just 1 second. Okay, let me start over. All right, let's publish a new product. Let's go with product basis. Go with live session candle container. Pick my variant, pick my design, and I can go to Customily's design collection. Yes, that's amazing. We have close to 400 designs in a lot of categories. Just to see a lot. So we have Valentine's. Oh, that's pretty cool. We can actually use this on our product. See, our product base works a lot for this. Or we can pick from our collection and grab this design. Once we pick this, we get to say apply design. If we have multiple print areas, we can see which print areas have which designs, and we click next. We pick the store. Remember, you can have multiple stores under the same account, and there you go. This is a quick process in which the new listing is being created in my store. This can be done in WooCommerce, Shopify, Etsy. So the process is pretty much the same. And the template gets created automatically. So you have everything related for printing, everything for previewing all together, connected to the product with the options ready to behave pretty much like this. There's also a revision page at the end of the process in which you can put together a new product title that is more SEO friendly. You can set up a brand new image. Like this is the main image you have for the listing. Okay, so I actually want to show a customization. So I'm going for this one. And yeah, I like this one with this font. Yeah, and this will be my main product. If I actually want to show multiple images with multiple fonts, I just keep downloading images and stock myself with a lot of options. Then we can come here and say, let's call this, will you be my, yep, that's the name of the product. And then we can just publish directly or save draft. If I want to publish this, I better go and edit the product details and put a price on this. Let's put a price of, I don't know, 19. All right. And I can put the description later if I want to, and that's it. At least we have all the information ready and we can just publish this right away. Okay. Once this is published, we can see that live in our store. And pretty much that's it. While this is processing, oh, it's pretty fast. And there you go. So the image that I pick with the name is the main product. Then we have the recipient's name. We can type like that, and it's live changing as we speak. It's a very simple design, but like I said, the idea here is not go complex, it's go target related. And to show you really quickly my other design before we jump to the Q&A, the other design actually has layouts because it has free designs inside of it. But again, it's all based on backgrounds and texts. All right, so design number 1 shows 2 text elements, and you see, wow, but I actually saw something else. Yeah, you saw Be My Valentine here, right? Because here we can enforce a text here in Be My Valentine. So I can just pick this, put it here, right? And make sure later this is fixed. So basically this message will just change fonts. And this message will have custom message, jumping lines any way you want. We have a background, and that's our first design. Our second design is even simpler because we have just the background that we created on Canva and the names. And design number 3 is the same as design number 2, actually. So with that in mind, the idea was to put together some ideas for you, get you inspired, show you that these products can go into, these designs can go into any product, not just candles. Candles was the example of the product base. You can later replicate our candle container and put Customily designs, put your own designs. That's the beauty of these tutorials. They are extremely open and they trigger your creativity. Shortly, what about we jump into the Q&A?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me and can you see me?
Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much. All right, so as usual, you guys can take advantage of the designs and suggestions that Jose creates for and with us. to expand your creativity, create bigger and better designs, um, and make the most out of it. And of course, these designs that we create for you are not only for this season. You can expand and replicate in other seasons of the year. These are suggestions that we give out to help you start your creativity engine. All right. The first question I can reply myself. Everybody's asking. Some people are asking over the chat how they can replay the live session.
Oh,
So we are going to send you via email the link so you can rewatch the live session as many times as you need, and make sure you can watch previous live sessions where we give tips on how to make good use and best practices for customer.
remember, every live session in the description has a link to a Google Drive folder that has all the assets that we have used on that live session. So if you want to replicate what you're seeing on the video, you don't have to do some magic and trying to get your assets. You have everything available in that Drive folder, so you can follow step by step and end up with exactly the same product that we created.
Awesome. All right. So we have two questions for the moment. The first one, how can we do upsell with Customily? Like selling a message card and then upselling the customized card.
Well, I think we talked a bit about that earlier, and there are two ways to upsell with Customily. You can add products that do not require customization. For example, when you add add wrapping paper, add luxury box, those kind of things. Basically, all you have to do is create the product in your store first, in your WooCommerce, your Etsy, on your Shopify. Create a product that is, for example, wrapping paper for an extra $5, right? So one thing you can do when you're crafting your product in Customily, you finish crafting that. You have your product, you have your template and your option set. Inside the option set, you can create another choice like a checkbox or a drop down, for example, and add one or many choices. And each one of those choices you can actually connect to a product in your store. Maybe I can quickly show that. Let's go like that. Let me go back let me show you what the back side, the store section here. Let's say, for example, that there's a particular font that is actually pretty expensive. I don't know why. or even better, let's say that the dark design number 3, we want to charge extra. So there's going to be a product in our Shopify store or our Etsy store or our WooCommerce store. I had my Shopify open. We are going to create a product that is not on any collection or anything. You cannot just purchase that. It's there for you to manage. That is a upcharge for dark design. So if I were to go to this Valentine's Day messages, this is the options that we have. You recognize this design number 1 with the font and the custom message. This design number 3 is the one that's going to charge extra. Is this one? Maybe because of the black ink, I don't know. But let's say you want to charge extra for that. We need to go here when it says select design. This is the option we need to modify. So we locate the options with the pencil. And here we have the free options, design 1, 2, and 3. And right now, there's a function in this drop-down that is to control the layout visibility. Why? Because we have free layouts. We want, so whenever we pick design 1, we toggle the visibility of the other 2, and so on, so on. That's why this function exists. But we can add more functions. Why? Because we can change text colors, images, whatever you can imagine. But the very cool thing is we can add a function, manually click on add Customily function, and add a function called add Shopify product. This is called like this, but actually we can upsell in other platforms. We can refer you to help center articles on the matter. This is because I'm actually connected to a Shopify store. And design number 1 and 2 will have nothing, but design number 3, I can click to open. I can change the name if I want to. I can say, for example, this is plus 5. Sorry, plus 5. Right? So now I know this is extra because I just typed that, but I need to add the product. So I click here and it opens a product browser in my store. I can look for any product. Let's say, let's see if I have a product that is not linked to Customily. Here, extra for diploma option, extra cost. Yeah, let's go for the extra for letter. Yeah, so I pick that product. That product is going to charge extra. I pick the variant in case there are more variants, and how many I want to add depending on my choice. Say okay. So now, whenever I pick this design, it's going to add an extra product to the process. So I click save, and that's it. I can go back to my product and I can refresh this, and it's going to show the same options, with the advantage that if I go and pick option number 3, it's adding an extra 5. And if I add to cart, it will add 2 products to the cart, the scented canton container and the extra for the letter, for the color, or whatever you want. So that's a good way to upsell products that do not demand customization. Okay, we're just charging extra or adding extra. I mean, this is something I just added because I wanted to change something else, but I can go to my options and I can pick, for example, go to the last option here and add a manual option that is going to be a checkbox that says add wrapping paper plus 5. Yeah. Oh. And the same, I go to the Customily functions, I add the functions to add the product, pick the product. Okay. And let me come here and remove the function from the previous one. Okay. And do it again. So you don't have to connect to a specific option within all your options. You can add new options, right? So now you have the choose design number 1. Yeah. And hello, add wrapping paper here and check out the pricing, 0, add this, and now it's 5. And the same goes, the same goes here. So that's a great way for upselling. And you can do as many checkboxes as you want, as many drop downs as you want, as many swatches as you want. That's perfect. Then you have other techniques that imply jumping to other listings, that imply adding products that will demand customization. In that case, you want to switch templates. So basically, whenever you pick, add wrapping paper, so probably it's going to change the template, and the template now will have the product plus the wrapping paper because you want to customize the wrapping paper. So when adding products that will demand customization, use templates. When you're adding products just for the sake of adding the price and the item to the cart, just use the add product in the options. I hope that that clears the question, Geoffrey.
Above and beyond. Right. So we have 2 questions that deploy from these answers that you've been given.
Oh,
the first one. Yes. The first one, will this work on Etsy listings?
I need to check. Right now, I don't recall exactly how the Etsy upselling works. So we will get back on you. We're going to take your information. Maybe we can add that to the description of the video later. I'm definitely not sure exactly if it's working on Etsy, to be honest, because it's a different system. But we're going to check. Yeah,
that's okay.
It's a really good question.
Thank you, Jose. And how do you prevent the upsell from being purchased without a product?
Oh, I don't have that in my particular store, but our dev team usually has a small piece of code that is attached to your Customily version, depending on your theme, that it will hide the remove option from the child product. Basically, child product is what we call these products added. right? So basically, whenever you add that extra product, it is connected to the main product. So if you remove the main product from the cart, it's going to remove everything. Now, what sometimes needs to be adjusted depending on your cart setting is that added product, that child product, doesn't have the remove button or the remove option. So people basically don't remove that from the cart and then check out. But basically that's it. And if you want to just sell the add-on product, well, that's a product in your store. Basically, keep it as a listing, listed somewhere, make it available for purchasing. And then if you reach a Customily product, you say, add this product that is also listed in my store, add it right now by clicking the checkbox, for example. So it doesn't have to specifically work with products that are only for upsell or upcharge. It can work with any product, basically. It can be
All
something you
right.
sell on your side independently, or you sell sometimes, for example, when we customize swag or gift boxes, you customize something and then you add a pen, you add a cigar cutter or well, you customize it a humidor, and then you add a cutter, you add a lighter, you add a pen. Those things, they can show up because you trigger images, for example, and they keep adding products that you can actually purchase independently.
All
Okay.
right. Thank you very much, Jose. Wait, we have two more questions over here. One. Okay, perfect. Okay, can you show an image of the child product with the parent product?
Well, I think when we saw the card, let me jump back to the screen. This is pretty much what I was showing you. This is my card. Let me see if I can go to the card. I think yeah, it depends on well, my card is based on drawer. It's not based on page. So so basically, this is the product. This is the child. The idea is that we can have our team help you remove this, so customers don't actually trash the extra. And
Jose,
if
sorry
we
for interrupting you. They are elaborating a bit on this. It's
okay,
can you show an image of the child product with the parent product, but on the product page? I don't know if that's something that we have ready.
oh yeah. I mean, um, really, yeah, I know what you mean. So that's something you do on the template. Sorry, I understand now. So basically, you need to have. It's like this. Let's say I go here, right? So upsells, like they show up on the preview only and don't print. Basically, you need to jump the first step of your template and go to the preview part. Oh, I'm actually not on the right place. Let me just go back to the center. This one, sorry, that's the one. That's the part we're working on right now. Is this one? We jump the first part basically because the first part is printing. And on the second part, on the second step of the template, when we arrange the preview, we can have a dynamic image. You see, we only have 3 buttons in the preview stage. We can replace the background if we have a background image or background color. We can reset everything if we made a lot of changes to the step 1, to the print, or add new images. Let's say I'm going to add another image here. So what will be the first case scenario? The image is empty. Why? Because I'm not adding anything. So the first option is not available. The second option can be a product we add. So this is a very, very rough case. So pardon for this. Let me try to grab something from the Christmas season. Let me see if I have like a Santa hat or something. Oh, there you go. All right. So this is very, very rough. But what if we add the message is add an extra hat. Sorry, let me grab. Let's say you're adding a Christmas hat to the gift, right? And that will be, yeah, that's perfect. So pardon this. We are off Christmas, but this is the closest we have right now to quickly do this in time. Right? So basically, I created a new object in the preview that doesn't show anything on the first position, but shows a hat on the second position, right? So basically, and I need to know this is image number 10. So basically what I can do is this. I can show something on this ad wrapping paper. So I'm going jump to the option sets again. Let me just let me quickly jump into here, get into the options again, because I closed the options, right? So store, option sets. You're making me wing it on the first live session of the year. All right. So here is the ad wrapping paper, correct? So we're not going to be adding a wrapping paper. We're going to be add Santa hat for 5, right? So what we do is this. Remember, there's a function here to add a Shopify product, right? That's something that we are keeping that in the checkbox. But look at this. We can add another function. And the other function we can add is to control a dynamic image. Dynamic image will be number 10. That's the ID here. And the option, this can be a drop down or a swatch. Don't forget about that. We can switch images in multiple options, but we are dealing with a checkbox, so at least we are going to switch between 0 or 1, or showing or not showing. By default, is not showing. That's number 1. But number 2, option number 2, is showing. So whenever we check on the box, we will see option number 2 of this dynamic image. Option number 2 of the dynamic image is the hat, right? So of course, we need to save the template, and we need to save the options. Was already sorry I didn't catch the first time, but now that we have that clear, I think with this quick tutorial we can get it done. So template saved, option saved, we can reload the entire product and see what happens when we click on the checkbox. Should add 5 to the count and the hat. Oh, wait. Move this away. Let me just probably I'm having some cache stuff around. Let me just right. So number 1 like that. Okay. So if I were to click on add this, maybe heavy, maybe not loading. What's going on?
Can you click on the drop down from the design?
Yeah.
No. Okay,
No. I was here. Okay, that's pretty cool and very interesting to see. Function dynamic image number 10, option number 2. Yeah. Add Santa hat. Okay, the Santa hat actually updated. So let's do another one. Maybe I'm full of cache, which is very common. Let me go number 2, right? Okay, so we may need to explore what we did wrong. Santa hat has a function to add the prices adding, correct? Oh, sorry, let me close this one. Prices adding, so all is good. Dynamic image number 10, option number 2. Seems to be working correctly. Well, let's just do one more test. If not, we're going to change that to a drop down. Just make sure it's either one or the other design. It's going to work. All right, so let's try again. Oh, I know what happened. It pushed this behind, you see? Oh, that's the trick, right? So, because we have a mask. So I may have to, mask items will always be on top. That's a slight curious thing about this. We cannot control the position of the mask. That's why it's not showing. Okay, a thing to keep in mind. Let me just, delete this mask. Right, let me just remove this one. Yeah, and add it again. Yeah, just as an image. That way we know that was a problem. I mean, everything was working correctly. We were not able to see it. Right, so the mask is this one. That's why it's always nice to go check what's going on. We did everything correctly. It should be working. Okay. It's always a reason. Okay. Well, remember that behavior about masks when they come from the product base. It's a safety measure, so basically nothing goes out there. But if you're crafting your own product base or you're crafting your own upsells, keep in mind that the mask will always be on the top, and you need to rectify that by either reloading that again as a new product, as a new object, for example. That will be it. So now I promise it's going to work. When it was working, we were just not able to see that. All right, 1, 2, 3. Hey! So that's a good way to show the product, get the upcharge.
All right. All right.
Jump back.
Well, thank you very much on that, Jose. I think we can wrap it up for today. If you guys attend these questions, or if maybe we left a question out by any chance, you can feel free to contact our support team, right, Jose?
Yes, of course, always.
You can contact our support team via email at support@customily.com, or in the live chat that you will find on the purple button on the right bottom corner.
You can also share, join our communities and share your questions with other users. There's a lot of collaboration with custom users, as well as our team, as you know, can get together on the live chat. They reply to messages on the communities. So you always get a reply from one of us, one of our support teams. That's always a guarantee.
Thank you, Jose, for hosting. Thank you for showing us these amazing designs all the time. And thank you, everyone, for being present, for all the tips that we give out there, and for Cecilia for being in the chat, and for Toad for joining us today.
Yes, thank you to our constant team members and the new team members, Cecilia on the chat, and Josefina also presenting. That was amazing. Yeah, definitely. That's the full frame with all the free hosts now this year. And well, we're going to see you in a couple of weeks with the second part, the second date of this Valentine season. We're going to have a lot of new ideas and clip art designs, products from the PODs. There's a lot to show you, and you can collaborate with this. So start sending what you want to know, what you want to see on the next live session. We're going to craft these live sessions with you. Send that information on the communities over email. We are happy on the chat here. We are happy to gather all that feedback and craft these live sessions with your input as well. Okay. Well, thank you, team. Thank you, Cecilia, on the chat, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.